So I've been waiting to tell the story until sometime other than when I'm first waking up. But it seems to be the only quiet time. So here's the tired version. Let's see if I can get you caught up if you don't know what the hell happened over the holidays. Went insane, went to jail. We lost everything in Arkansas. My family, my wife and kids, flee to Colorado to be supported by family and end up in essentially a free living situation out there, thanks to family. And so I get out of jail 4.5 months later, which, by the way, isn't bad for a bank heist. I'm out of jail, bound by law to stay in the state of Arkansas on probation. However, the DA let me out just in time, and so my probation officer gave me a 2-week pass immediately after getting out to go be with my family in Colorado to bond with my newborn daughter for the first 2 weeks of her life. And then I had to come sit back in Arkansas after that while we initiated a transfer to Colorado that Colorado can either approve or deny, and they have 45 days to do that. So that's why I was sitting homeless in a tent in Arkansas. I was waiting. Now, that transfer ended up getting denied by a bit of a curveball situation that we didn't really see coming. Otherwise, we never would have wasted that time, right? However, about a week prior to it getting denied, we kind of had a heads up that it was probably not going to work out, either technically or based on our own principles, as far as what we were willing to put up with. And it turns out it was both. So we kind of knew what we were going to do, which was make this hard decision. So, okay, well, we no longer want to be apart. So that means me going and get this camper that we had bought a year prior. It was out in Cincinnati. We go and pick it up. I go pick it up. And then I go get another 2-week pass to go fly, grab my kids, wife and kids from Colorado. And then we all end up homeless in Arkansas. So we wanted to be together, and that came at the cost of homelessness and finding a place with, destroyed credit, an eviction, a felony, a criminal record, right? Turns out, and we didn't know this until after the fact, my criminal record is completely clean. There's no eviction, there's no arrest in Texas, and there's no felony conviction on there. Either way, I was telling the truth while we were camping in campgrounds. We're all together now. That's all we wanted. And we all assumed, and I definitely assumed, that God would bless that decision. If we want to just be together at the cost of homelessness, let's do it. Honestly, I was down to do it strictly for the romanticism and for the sake of the story. But I believed that God would bless that adventure. And so we're just throwing out applications. And I'm telling the truth to every landlord, every homeowner that's renting, everybody. I'm telling the truth about what happened, where we're at. No verifiable income, right? Destroyed credit, eviction, felony record. At this time, I didn't know that my record was clean, but I didn't want to lie about it anyway. So we had that. All odds stacked against us, right? So we're looking at all sorts of places. And we're just shots in the dark. Just going for it. No, just denial after denial after denial. And we get worn down just enough. And then we end up in an Ozark mountain paradise with someone who said, okay, yes, all things considered. Okay. And we come take a look at the place. And it's exactly what we needed. It's a miracle. It's a miracle of place. We're sitting on 120 acres. Spring-fed creek. Drinkable water right there at the stream. The house feeds off of it. There's cattle everywhere. All this land's ours to explore. 3,000 square foot old 120-year-old farmhouse, just funky, hide and go seek heaven, plenty of room, plenty of space. And when we get here, this old man shows us the spot. And he says, you guys are safe here. No one's going to bother you. You can heal here as long as you need. And that happened ultimately 2.5 weeks after we made the decision to just be together at the cost of homelessness. So God delivered us out of it into this paradise of a property. It's the lowest rent we've ever paid. I'm not even going to tell you how much it is. So it'll just piss you off. It's the lowest rent we've ever paid in 16 years. So overhead's low. We don't know anybody. So we're isolated. We're even more isolated now from family, friends, from everybody. And so it's just a completely new life. And we were given this place to heal, which is not only our style, but it's beyond our imagination of what we thought we could be living in. And yeah, we don't own it. We're renting it. But for a place to sit and heal together as a family, yeah, this place is a dream. And that I'm so grateful for. So yeah, God delivered us out of it. God did that for my family. Now, it's debatable whether or not I deserve something like that, right? But my family deserves it. And if you think I don't deserve it, I mean, who's the judge? And so for someone like me who did the things I did, who in a fit of total madness, despair, and exhaustion and darkness, God's still hooking it up. On the backside of this tragedy, here we are. Here we are. So what does that mean for anyone? I wonder about that. But that's what God did for us. That's what God did for me. And so, yeah. So it's a huge rebirth situation that we're all just settling in these. I think I spoke about this before. Maybe I'll go into a little more detail here. But any of these marriage issues that we had, they fell away. We found our way home in more ways than one through this massive event. And there's just this wave of peace coming over us. Even in isolation, even isolated from more friends. I mean, there's so much that's lost in a situation like what we went through. But yet we have everything we need and everything that's important. And time will heal certain things and it won't. And I'll tell you, for as far as what I went through, in a way, it's this, like a child. When shit like this happens, it tests the love around you. And now I was actively engaging in that like a kid, a way of testing the love and the quality of it around me, in the relationships around me. Can it survive? Can it survive the darkest of things? Therefore, aka, is it real? Is it real love? If it's not, it's gone. It's gone, at least gone for now. So it's a lot of loss, but this incredible gain around everything that's important to us as a family and in our unit and in our growing family. And then we just have the sweetest newborn daughter. Just throwing out the newborn vibes, although she's not a newborn anymore. So that's what's up. Still settling into that. There's still disbelief. But that's what God did for us. That's what God did for someone like me who did the shit that I did. And it's only the beginning. Dude, I'm down for the ride.